Here's the first fight that I found from the weekend. Not much to say about this. Nice squat to intimidate him. Shakes it back to the camera. That's important. Let's go. I don't really know much about this guy. I've seen him compete like 5-6 years ago. I hadn't seen him compete for a long time, so I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. But at this moment coming up, I kind of feel his energy is moving backwards. Nothing's happened yet, but he's moving backwards. So I know he's kind of like a little bit scared of what I'm going to do. And that's why I kind of changed up my game plan and decided to go for an arm drag here. So when this happens from, I end up with wrist control here. I have wrist control. He's made the mistake of, when I have wrist control, leaving space between his elbow and his body. He could have shut this down if his elbow was touching his body, but he didn't realize the danger at this point, and there's space there, so I can turn that into an arm drag. This is an old Marcelo Garcia arm drag, so I step outside his foot. This foot's going to become something for him to trip over. So I kind of this foot's on the outside, and I sit to my butt, pulling him in this direction. So I'm not trying to take the back from this position. I'm trying to pull him and trip him up with my right leg. The master Marcelo Garcia did that. So you see that my right leg has ended up tripping him while I'm pulling him forward. He did a good job actually of managing to recover the position. I should have kept a hold of the single leg. He's disengaged any grip from the arm, so I actually have a hold of the single leg here. But I wasn't quite quick enough to come up with the single leg. He's got away from the single leg here. So he has shown me his back here, so I'm trying to follow him to get some sort of back exposure here. So I have back exposure. I'm basically going to do the same thing now. You're laying my leg down. I'm going to trip him over it. The reason I'm doing that is he has no base, no posts behind him. If I try and take him in this direction with my left leg, he can post with his arms again. If I take him back this way, it's very hard for him to post on his arm. So here my right leg again becomes the post. It becomes the frame that I trip him over. See my right leg coming through and catching his foot. Comes through and ends up sweeping his legs away. Now it's just a race to see who can get their hips high first. If he gets his hips above mine, he'll get on top. If I get my hips up faster than his, I'll end up on top. So he's thinking about it, but my left hand here, holding his hips down, allows me to get my ass quicker higher than him. He didn't seem like he was too worried about taking down. Of course, with this rule set, his sub-only points don't matter too much. In this spot, he's got his reverse De La Riva hook. He's only holding on to my toes here. This will become important later on. He only has toe control and no heel control. So he really wants to be controlling my heel rather than my toes. Let's get a close up here. So here he's got a slightly better grip, but it's still not a heel. So if he's controlling my my ankle bone, I can still rotate. My heel would be a lot harder. At this point, he has a lot of entries. He's ahead in the leg lock battle here. A lot of setups come from here. Now he's going to try to use his right foot to step over this leg, and he's ended up with a 50-50 or outside senkaku. As he's thinking about it, I bail, and you'll see now it's more obvious why this is important. So it's basically reversing exactly what he was trying to do to me. I like to, if I can here, land on his hip. If I land on his hip, he can't sit up to try and control me in any way or stop me doing anything. So because I'm sitting on his hip, it keeps him attached to the ground. Here I'll be pulling my legs backwards, pushing my hips forwards, pulling his heel backwards. So I have like 3 mechanisms counteracting each other. Heels and body going backwards, hips going forwards. And I mean, usually someone's going to tap before then. You can see all those mechanisms happen now. So my heel's pulling down, I've trapped his hip. My body and hands going backwards, and my hips going forwards. I've created like the tweak of his leg, or the threat of a break on his leg. I like to have my head away from him. If you fall too close to him, you can control your head. So because my head is so far away, he has no chance to control my head in any way and change the angle. This grip here, I like double hands on the heel. Holding the heel, he can't turn his leg. If he turns his leg, he changes the angle. If he changes the angle, it makes his submission much less effective. That's it, I guess. I didn't feel it pop, but I think he's strained his hamstring. So his knee was okay, but his hamstring was a bit fucked. So actually, got quite a lot of details in a short match. I think overall it was pretty good.